you should always forgive your wife in advance. I said, why, sir? He said, baby, this is you. Theodori, you remove all your hair. She has wig. It is there. Once in a while, something can touch. And you won't be able to explain why she's behaving this way.
Oh my God.
Please, don't be angry. It's something that has touched. Just give her water. Once in a while, encourage her to barb her hair so that there can be breeze. We laughed it off. And so once in a while, when she does something, I say, Choru. Praise the Lord.
Can I just add you? Can I just add something to this, please? Let me just add something to this.
Okay.
You know, in your relationship, one thing you must have, like we spoke about boundaries, one thing I always like to tell people to ensure they have are communication boundaries. How do we deal with our differences and misunderstandings? That is very important. And this comes from a place of understanding one another. I always like to tell those that are in a relationship, do you understand your husband to be his temperament? Do you understand his personality or her personality? When you have a good understanding of their temperaments, it makes you understand how to relate with him or her. So sometimes you find that people are very frustrated in their relationships, but they are not taking time to actually understand that person. They want that person to communicate the way they communicate. But that cannot be. However, when you understand that, okay, this person is maybe more of a phlegmatic, quite quiet, cool, calm, they don't just react to different situations, it makes you understand how you should relate to them. Remember that the Bible talks about how wisdom builds a house, but understanding is what helps the house become established. So have communication boundaries. When you have communication boundaries, you know that when there's a difference or a misunderstanding, both of you have agreed on how you will handle that difference, on how you will handle that misunderstanding. Many times, you know, when my husband and I talk about how we don't fight and argue, it's part of our communication boundary. It doesn't mean that there are no differences. It doesn't mean that there are no misunderstandings. It doesn't mean that I don't offend him or he doesn't offend me. But we made a choice that there's no difference or no misunderstanding that will ever escalate to arguments and fighting. That is our own communication boundary. We sit down and iron out the situation respectfully. So when there's that communication, so boundaries are not just, you know, sexual boundaries or this. Communication boundaries is very important. When you have those communication boundaries, it will help the both of you flow well together from courtship into marriage. Praise the Lord.
Thank you so very much.